the miller, his son, and the donkey. One morning an old miller and his son set out for market. With them went their donkey, which they were hoping to sell that day. They went along slowly, driving the donkey instead of riding her, because the miller and his son knew they'd have a much better chance of selling her if she didn't look too tired. But as they went on their way, they met up with some friends, who laughed at them as they went by. "Will you look at that? Why are you walking when one of you could perfectly well ride? How stupid can you get?" The miller was a proud man, and did not like to be laughed at. "Oh, all right," he told his son. "You ride, and I'll walk." So his son climbed up on the donkey, and off they went again. They hadn't gone far when they came upon some travellers resting by the side of the road.
"Oh, will you look at that?"
they cried.
"A young man like you, riding while your poor old father walks? Disgraceful! Have you no respect? Get down, young fellow, and let the old man ride."
The miller hated arguments of any kind. "Good idea," he said. "Get down, son, and let me ride." And so they went on their way to market. As they neared town, they passed by some women washing clothes in a stream.
"Will you look at that?"
they cried.
"That poor boy has to walk while that old fellow has a nice easy ride. Shame on you, old man. You should let him ride up with you."
If you say so," sighed the miller, not wanting to upset them. "Up you get, son. We'll ride together." So now, as they came into town, they were both riding together on the donkey, who was looking rather tired and fed up by this time. The moment the townsfolk saw them coming, they ran out to protest.
"Oh, will you look at that?"
they cried.
"You should be ashamed of yourselves, loading up a poor old donkey like that. She's tired out, poor old thing. Both of you look pretty strong and fit. Instead of just sitting there weighing her down, you should get off and carry her."
"I hadn't thought of that," said the miller. We'll give it a try." They tied the donkey's feet to a pole, hoisted her up, and off they went, carrying the donkey between them, slung on the pole. But when the market traders saw them,
"Hey! What are you doing?"
they laughed and guffawed and jeered.
What a couple of donkeys.
The donkey did not like being carried at all, and she didn't like being laughed at either. So she began to struggle and kick and bray. She kicked so hard the pole snapped and the ropes broke. Once free and back on her feet, she ran off into the crowd and escaped. No matter how hard the old miller and his son looked for the donkey, they never found her again. Oh, well, That didn't go quite to plan, did it? For the miller and his son. I hope you've enjoyed listening to day 7. We're firing through these stories, but we've still plenty of doors to open. Do let me know if you've had a favourite so far. Any thoughts on the morals of this story? It seemed like a bunch of you had a lot of fun. I was actually surprised how much a few of you enjoyed the rooster and the fox. Great to see. I was outfoxed that time, wasn't I? But I'll get you next time, you sneaky rooster. And someone commented as well that they thought the rooster sounded a little bit like Van Helsing from Dracula. That was exactly what I was going for. I thought, what would this rooster sound like? He's wise, brave, bit of a ladies' man. Van Helsing. So he became Van Helsing Rooster. And he was having none of those foxy shenanigans. I kept picturing him talking to Madam Mina and Lucy when he was up in his roosting tree with the hens. And in terms of the morals, certainly seemed to be something around don't believe everything you hear, even if you want to believe it. If it seems too good to be true, then maybe it is. Sandra mentioned, what I get from this story is a reminder to pay attention not only what is being said, but who is saying it. In my life experience, this reminder has saved me from so much aggravation. And I also liked Alexandria's parallel parable, to be cunning as the serpent, but gentle as a lamb. This is how I feel the rooster handled this particular equation. I really liked that. To be cunning as the serpent, but gentle as a lamb. Feels like a valuable life lesson. Keep those comments coming. Really enjoying seeing what you think about each of these stories as you come across them. It's an absolute pleasure to read to you as always. Read to you soon.